Welcome to the case summary for Harris versus New York on 4lawnotes.com. The defendant was convicted of selling heroin to an undercover police officer, and after he was arrested but prior to being read his Miranda warning, he made some incriminating statements about having bought from the same police officer before. And the incriminating statements that he made contradicted his sworn testimony at trial, but the state felt that the inconsistencies would likely be inadmissible at trial level, and so they didn't offer them at the trial. So the issue for the appellate court was whether Miranda did indeed prevent the state from using those statements to police that were inconsistent with the defendant's testimony. The conviction was upheld on appeal, and the court held that Miranda does not prevent confronting a defendant with inconsistent statements. Miranda bars the prosecution from making its case with statements of an accused while they're in custody prior to effectively waiving counsel, but it doesn't follow from Miranda that any evidence is admissible against the accused as long as the evidence is trustworthy and it satisfies legal standards. Every criminal defendant is privileged to testify in his own defense, or he can refuse to testify, but that privilege cannot be construed to include the right to commit perjury. And the court, bottom line, made the point that the shield provided by Miranda cannot be perverted into a license to use perjury as a defense and not be confronted with those inconsistent utterances. If those statements had been made to a third person, they could have been used at trial. And that concludes this case summary for Harris versus New York on 4lawnotes.com.